Hello all, it is early in the morning and I'm here going to give you a deep dive into my own food addiction, food restriction story. I am immersed in a book right now called Food Junkies, and I'll have the link below. And one of the stories really resonated with me. For a long time, I was pretty sure my binging and restriction, my food addiction didn't have anything to do with my childhood. And I was sure that it started when I did a bikini competition in my early 30s, because up until that point, I didn't have any, in my 20s, I didn't have any issues. Although there's one instance when I was in the military where I started to be body conscious. Now I'll share that out later, maybe not in this vid, but in another vid. But other than that, I felt fine. But I'm not even done with the book, but after getting to chapter 10, I feel that I had, the bikini competition was the trigger, but I had bullets loaded already. I just didn't realize they were loaded. And that food addiction gun that I had. So I'm going to share a story with you. First of all, let's get this out of the way now. My mom is from the Philippines, if you haven't guessed, and my father is white guy from Pennsylvania, Irish, German, that mix. I know I don't look Pennsylvanian, but that's where I was born and raised for, 18 years until I joined the military. Followed in Daddy's footsteps. My dad was hurt in Vietnam, and he coalesced in the Philippines. That's where he met my mother. Anyways, we're going to fast forward, or I guess we go backwards. We're going to go back in the past to 1980. Yes, I'm that old. 1980, in the era of Jim Jones. Okay, that was around 1978. When parents gave their kids purple Kool-Aid with poison, or they went vegan. My father did not make me drink Kool-Aid in some cult. Though we were part of a cult. That's another video. My dad decided that our family as a whole was going to go vegan. Okay, my mom's Filipino. And if you didn't know anything about Filipino culture, they love meat. The thing is, my mom was one of those women who would say yes, yes, yes to whatever my dad said. Hey, my dad came first. And, well, when he said we're going vegan, that's what we did. There was no transition. So I remember at dinner, instead of my mom's, yummy foods, my mom, she made, chicken adobo, dinuguan, lots of meaty dishes. I always loved her Filipino dishes. In front of me was a alfalfa sprout sandwich for dinner with some spread. It was similar to hummus, if I can think of that at the time. And, side of carrots. So I struggled to eat that alfalfa sprout sandwich. I said I didn't like it. I'm 4. I didn't like it. And I was like, I think I might have eaten 2 bites of it. And then my father took my sandwich, he threw it in the garbage, and told me I wasn't going to eat, right? But I said, I'm hungry. I'm still hungry. And he says, you're not going to eat. And took everything away. And then threw my plate down and it broke. The next day, I had the very same thing again. This time, I was going to eat it because I hadn't eaten anything after dinner for breakfast and lunch. My dad made sure of it because I was a little evil, willful child. So I ate that bean sprout sandwich. And I ate that side of carrots. And I was still hungry. So I asked, can I have some chicken? It didn't fill me up. And my dad got so mad, right? He took that plate and he told my mother, you tell her to eat that, right? You tell her that that's, you make her another bean sprout sandwich. And I said, no, can I have some chicken? Right? And my mom said, she's hungry. And he took that plate and he threw it at her. And it broke on her head. I say, care about the animals, right? But you don't care about your own wife? That you're going to hit her on the head with a plate? So the next day, my mom is begging me, please, just eat. Eat what I put in front of you. Eat what your dad wants you to. So, but I told her, I remember still saying, but Mommy, I'm hungry. Can I have some chicken? It's not like I was asking for Cheetos or McDonald's hamburger. I was asking for chicken. So I ate the bean sprout sandwiches. Eventually, we went back to eating meat. But that wasn't because my dad cared one bit that his children were suffering. He couldn't stick to it. So that's why we went back to eating meat. But I'll never forget that experience of my family going vegan and my father with his new vegan lifestyle being mean as hell to my mother. Care about the animals, care about health, but beat your wife. Got it. Okay, so what does that have to do with my food addiction or my past history of binging and restricting? I'm still working through that, and I have some of my own theories. But as you all know, I am raw carnivore now. Who knows, maybe when you're watching this in the future, I won't be. But I'm raw carnivore because I still have problems even feeling satiated on meat, knowing when to stop. It's the satiety signal, being satisfied, has gotten much, much better going carnivore. It was just non-existent on carbs, which is why I had to take it out. Keto, it improved. Carnivore, it improved even more. And on raw carnivore, I actually can get that signal much sooner, but it's still a work in progress. But I think back to that story I shared when I was asking for chicken, right? Not asking for a candy bar, asking for chicken. That sometimes when I was carnivore and I couldn't stop eating, that was that little girl inside of me saying, you better eat all this meat. You don't know if, you're going to get this again. Maybe you'll end up with a bean sprout sandwich and that's all you'll have. Anyways, that's my little theory because I'm on some carnivore boards where they do say, if you're doing carnivore right, you'll get that signal. And I'm like, don't have it. If I don't put a time limit, on when to stop eating, I can keep eating. Yeah, I'm like thin, but I can put a lot of food away. Granted, eating that way with carbs will make me blow up, and eating that way on carnivore doesn't. but I still don't like that feeling of being out of control. I don't like feeling heavy and sleepy and not able to engage with my boyfriend, with my, my family. I like being, alert and doing activities, not feeling weighed down by excessive amounts of food, even if it doesn't do anything to my waist. There's life to live, and I want to live my life to the fullest. Anyways, that's my theory. Maybe I will learn differently, but yes, that's one of the reasons I went raw carnivore. The food is filling, so more bland than regular carnivore, but currently that's what I need. Thanks for listening to my sob story. I'm not trying to get any sympathy, but I just wanted to share what I think might have been one of the bullets in the food addiction gun. The roots to my past binging and restricting problems caused by my food addiction. Caused by things that happened in the past. I know, I always hate when people are like, oh, I'm this way because of mommy and daddy. And I'm usually like, get over it, right? But there is some truth to that. The thing is, you can still work through it. Maybe you won't get over it, but you can work through it. And that's what I am doing. Anyways, this was part 1. I have other stories to share and how it may relate to the problems I have had and I'm currently working through. But I think you can only take one sob story at a time. Oh, I have some more, but this is number 1. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And stay tuned for tonight's episode of Raw Carnivore. Don't forget to tune in. So you can see what I eat tonight. Thanks again. Bye-bye.